Not all slaves believe Dutula's lies. Some I know have managed to steal a ship and are soon to set sail for Namakanui. Hopefully, with these treasures on board, Valakor will bless their voyage and breathe deeply into their sails. No, I'm not going with them. I helped bring this curse down upon Oriath, so I'll help save what little there is left to save. Here, take something, in thanks for your part in preserving the Karui way.
Okay. Thank you. Now I'm gonna sell everything else. I can sell this. I don't know why I have this. Oh, look at this. Okay.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Oh, this isn't what I want anyway. Meh. And meh.
Hello.
This might actually be worth it finally. I do lose 1 level in melee splash support because I'm using this, but I gain other things. I don't really need increased physical damage though. Or accuracy actually. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't use this. You know what? I don't think I'll use this.
For freedom.
And then let me put in some skill points. Because I have 3 of them. Okay. I'm good to go. What about you guys?
Hello.
Yeah. We live in interesting times.
You can ask.
Alright, no more lore. No more lore from these guys. Back we go. The ruined square. These guys just immediately come at me. Hold on, we don't have Lost Joke here. So we need to find Utula somewhere here, and then after that we go to the cathedral. Lost Joke, you coming? Lost Joke! Why are you AFK without telling us?
When I'm ready, and not before.
Well, this is a cheery place.
Hey guys. He ain't down, straight down. I went around there. He might be down to the left though, I don't know. Cathedral is down kind of to the left. Left and up. I don't really want to go into the cathedral yet though. I feel like we should do that last.
These zealots have cool naginatas. Can we switch sides?
Yeah, I think we can if you want to. I don't mind. The Risen Matriarch.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Wrong box. I'm not terribly invested in one side or the other. We can switch sides if you want. Just let me know. I'll tell my zombies.
Let's do it.
Alright, now that we're on the new side, what do we do?
I guess we continue burning the town and killing the people.
Okay. Reliquary again.
Maybe we're supposed to bring all the people to Katava to be consumed.
That would make sense. I'm up for it.
I'm just in it for the Naginata.
What if he eats the Naginata? Seems like he's the kind of guy who would.
Then we have to kill him.
Alright, well, we might have to kill him then.
Then how are we going to get the Naginatas?
I mean, we could just take them from their cold, dead bodies before I then reanimate them and just let them use their hands. Because I don't really
do such an unethical thing.
My zombies don't use weapons. My zombies just use their hands.
Not in a million years would we ever stoop so low.
Pure hammer.
Is to take items from the dead.
Where the hell is this asshole? Oh, I see something down here. Is this a hideout? Oh, Utula.
Oh, I found him.
Gold mark. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh,
He's the big monster.
He's different. He's different. He didn't really take very much effort to kill.
This seems like a good area. Journey well.
I have yet to lose any of my zombies. Like, my zombies are the frontline guys. Like, if I'm gonna lose people, I'd lose them, but I just am not losing any of them. Oh, go. Into the hideout. To the left, south. The big blue icon that was like right next to Utula. That's where we went. Hideout unlocked. Alright, well, what have you done? Let me get map completion on here.
Curious. With the death of the last monster.
Alright, she
Journey
always says
well.
the same stuff. Alright, I think that we can go kill the Ravenous God now. Y'all want to go kill a Ravenous God?
Not really.
I do. I want to kill it and see if I can raise it up again to be my minion. I can't, unfortunately. I don't think that I can, but you know.
You can, but it'll just be a zombie.
Yeah, you're right.
This rooftop's so big, it's going to be a whole map. Yep.
Very big cathedral. Hey, I'm level 50. Kitava zombie, Kitava Zella. There was a ghost there, but it's gone.
You know you've made it in life when the people you kill drop 3 scrolls at a time.
Sign of success.
Map is triggering me about Notre Dame.
Are you still
When I'm ready
sad about Notre
and
Dame?
not before.
Sure.
You sound so emotional about it. I'm sorry. Sorry to bring it up.
And it's too soon.
What was it, like 7 years ago? I can't believe it's been that long. I don't know if it's actually been 7 years, but it feels like it's been 7 years.
Harold tried to pull a Kyle on us.
Kyle, do you know these guys? They're using the same moves as you? Are they your friends?
He said no suspiciously quickly.
Do you study with the same master? Are these like your rivals from
Hey, wouldn't it
the
be the
champion
opposite?
school?
Well, no, if you hesitated, then I would have said you suspiciously hesitated.
Okay, so what is the proper amount of time to register?
It's arbitrary.
It's whatever feels right or wrong.
Generally, it's like the people that respond quicker to questions that are telling the truth.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
But not always.
Generally. Oh.
Ow! We did it! Yay! That's the end! Oh no. Oh, ah! Oh, I died.
I'm dead too.
I died. There was no warning for that. There was absolutely no warning for that. There was no way that I could have avoided that.
I don't know what happened.
He like blew up just like part of the stage. Oh. I died again! Jesus! The thing that's supposed to be helping us is hurting me.
When I'm ready and not before.
I think they're dead.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah. Jesus. Holy shit. Well, I feel like this is not a well-designed fight. Like, everything is happening too fast. Like, there's no way to avoid some of this shit. Jesus Christ. Where's the heart? It's not gonna come this time.
Oh.
He's gonna do something. Charging his laser or...
Hope may flicker,
Oh, we did
but
it.
it cannot be extinguished.
but I died. And then Sin came and got me. I have permanently weakened by his stuff, and now I have negative 30% to all resistances. Great.
There is no shame in falling to a god. Shame lies only in refusing to rise again. You shall soar. That much I'm permitted to foresee. You
So why
shall
did he
ascend
save
to the
me that
peak of your
time and not
loftiest
the other,
mistake,
like, 3
and
times
from
that I
there
died?
You shall pluck a single surviving
Because
bolt
that wasn't
from the
scripted.
jaws of immortal despair. A ship sails for Lion Eye's watch, not far from here. Be on it.
Why? Why do I have to go back to that shithole?
There is no shame in falling.
I think we're going to the next difficulty.
There's a quest over here of some kind. Oh, is this the ship? Oh no. We gotta go back to town and turn this in.
Minus 30 to all resistances.
You're
as
still
if
alive.
I had a
So
lot
is
of resistance
Kitava.
to begin with.
What more do you need to know? You'll find a way. I believe it.
Believe it.
For freedom.
Kitava is a primal deity, forged from the most fundamental of human desires, hunger. The simple act of craving that which we cannot yet consume. To defeat Kitava is to squeeze the very heart of human nature into stillness. You don't think you can do that? I suppose we'll see, won't we?
What did she even do here?
Toodles.
All she did was like give us snark and exist. She didn't do anything in the
The
story.
High Priest is dead, yet the object of his devotion remains. There's no doubt you did all right bringing that man-turned-monster to heel, but you weren't able to stop him fishing his master out of a river of blood. Damn. Sorry. I never could get the hang of boosting morale. Didn't seem right to polish the edges off harsh facts. Probably why I never made captain. Still, I've been poking around here for a bit and have turned up Utula's stash. Quite the magpie he was. So here, help yourself. When it comes to hunting a god, I suppose every little bit helps.
Oh, good, another gem. Oh, I can actually see what these do.
I got a good jewel this time.
I don't ask this in the name of innocence. He understands now the folly his devotees have wrought upon this world. I ask in the name of Oriath. There are many that deserve what Kitava offers, and there are many more who do not. Put an end to Kitava's savage reign, for there remains much in this land that is worth saving.
But can I sell items to you? Because I have items to sell.
Innocence blesses your journey.
I don't think so.
We live in interesting... Don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up. No surrender. No retreat. Everyone thinks this is a quote from Galaxy Quest, but it's not.
We have to go back.
I guess I should open up this stupid gem slot. I guess I should actually use a gem at some point.
We have to go back, Kate.
I'll use it soon.
Hello.
Hello.
You can ask.
I'll see what
Alright, well, I'm ready. What about you guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Back to the rooftop, where there awaits for us a ship, somehow. My thing not on?
There's water here, so I imagine.
I feel like there shouldn't be water, this much water on a church rooftop. You know, what do I know?
Not on the rooftop anymore.
We're in the rooftop zone, though. That implies that we're on the rooftop.
I'm Captain Lily Roth, and we sail for Rayclast. Better to live in exile than die on this psychotic bonfire of an island. You want to make it out of here, you better get on board. But make it quick, 'cause I ain't got time for tears and regrets.
Oh,
Remember, this ain't no charity run. You owe me. Cast off!
I guess we sail to Rayclast then.
I wonder what this place is like. It should be like a nice place, right? We've never been here
Right.
before.
We're safe for the time being. Now let me introduce myself properly. Lily Roth. Yep, I'm one of those Roths. Some call me smuggler, others pirate. Yet I prefer the sound of nautical entrepreneur. Came up with that one myself. So you come see Lily if you need something, or even if you just fancy a good chat with a lovely lady. Don't think I'd be forgetting that favour you owe to me. In fact, now I think of it, there's certainly a way you can be repaying this most considerable debt. You see, those blasted cultists have been
He's hitting
fighting
on
the
me.
refugee ships trying to escape Oriath. And if not for my incomparable skill as a sea captain, we'd have met the same fate. But now the drowned dead are washing ashore, and they ain't staying dead. There's been a whole lot of blood, sweat and tears getting these few lucky survivors here in one piece. What sort of captain would I be if I let them get ripped apart by walking corpses? Wipe the Twilight Strand clean of those filthy undead bastards and I'll call us even. Might even throw in a little something extra if you can pull it off.
She has lore.
Whalem Roth. Here, let me share something I remember from me granddaddy's stories.
From the granddaddy's
No
stories.
sooner had the others turned in fear from the Great White Leviathan did Whalem load the ballista with his final harpoon. And right then he vowed to sea and sky that he and he
Oh,
alone
this isn't
would be the one to
the
finally
reset
kill this
that I thought it
bastard
might be.
son of the Brine King. The ballista
different here.
fired and the harpoon smote that creature right between the ribs as it made to dive back under the angry sea. Thick clouds of blood bloomed beneath the waves, roses flowering in the black water, and impossible though it seemed, the already shadowed ocean grew darker still. He used the bones of the great beast to reinforce the hull of his ship, the Black Crest. Old Rottooth, he's a true legend, a real pirate hero. I can only hope one day me own stories will reach his ears and make him proud of the granddaughter he had to leave behind.
Sure, but he's no Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I knew Tarkley, if you catch me drift. He's got no time for his old bunkmate these days, though. Too gaga-eyed over his lost cause of a fishwife Nessa. Time was, Tarkley and I would smuggle all about the coast of Oriath. Good days they was. Sweet with rum, nothing but the wind and salt in our faces, freedom in our hearts, and the law on our tails. But I could tell he were getting ready to make feet for children's stockings with me, so I cut him loose. Not a spark's chance under the ocean the dreaded Lily Roth's gonna wind up swelling like some drowned carcass. Still, nice to work with that bugger
Lily
one more
didn't
time.
want any kids.
Just for old time's sake, you know?
Lily didn't want to commit.
That scallywag.
It's
I reckon
unfortunate.
Bestel thinks I'd be the kind of lass who'll bed down
Tarkley
with any
is a keeper.
sort of rascal. Not too far off, I guess. He is rather sweet, but not the most comely of figures. Actually, he kind of reminds me of my grandfather, Whalem Roth, a poet and scoundrel extraordinaire he be. Bestel's but spittle from the mouth of old Rottooth Roth. Ahem. Bust my blind cheek, said the sailor to the doxy. She sports her dairy treats afar and relishes her moxie. But a fire ship will sink the broken neath the ocean waves. Tip nutmegs a deadly token, sends captains to their graves.
What does that have to do with
Don't
anything?
think I'd be forgetting that favour you owe to me. Time and tide,
Alright.
wait for no man.
Despite your best efforts, Beast Slayer, a splinter of hope remains. The very seed that brought my beast into existence. The Dark Ember. Never again shall it birth a life so magnificent as the beast. Yet a residue of that power still lingers. Enough to give us a fighting chance against the ravenous Kitava. How do we obtain this Dark Ember? 3 hearts were silenced. 3 hearts must sing again, one last time. In that final flickering of life, our savior's seed shall be born. All I need are 3 fine souls with which to stoke the flames. Chevron of Umbra, Inquisitor Maligaro, Doldry the Dark Tongue. 3 spirits of near unfathomable resilience and vigor, freed with the beast's final exhalation. So let us begin the harvest. Chevron has come home to Axiom. We shall give her the warm welcome she sincerely deserves. If she is to be of any use to us, the Umbra's spirit must be wrenched.
So now we have to go refight the 3 people that we fought in the Beast.
Task. For my part, I shall negotiate the terms of her cooperation. With a tragic
Or do we just talk to them?
embrace, her essence shall pass into me as if she were a sweet breath from the mouth of my lover. It is a sacrosanct sacrifice for all involved. Thankfully for you,
I wonder if we'll
all I
meet
ask is
Piety
that you
again.
do what you clearly do best. Kill.
Oh, it does sound like we're just gonna fight them.
Ambition is the bane of mortality. It was through ambition that we gods transcended the thick mud and thin blood of our mundane birthrights. Ambition that drove us to sustain our divine selves through the subjugation of others. Chevron's soul is made up of 1 part ambition and 2 parts raw, unbounded passion. Such a volatile spark shall burn briefly and brightly, and even the most deadened of hearts. I shall put this simply, for in truth, everything comes down to the simple act of planting a seed in the ground. The gods are rising because you slew the one creature that prevented them from doing so. Your name for it is the Beast. It was I who planted the seed in the rich soil beneath Highgate, who nurtured it, who watched it bloom into maturity, even as I succumbed to its mollifying powers. We gods, we were driven into slumbering darkness, to dream away eternity whilst the gentle beast watched over us. I would desire that we return to that blissful state, but my brothers and sisters of deism shall never submit to banishment. They have tasted freedom once more, and they shall not let go of this world until it is pried from their cold, dead hands.
We got more. God.
The beast was
Every
never
time I
a
talk to him,
cruel
he has
master.
another thing.
It didn't want to destroy, to corrupt, to terrorize. It simply existed to exist. I made it that way. Unfortunately, in neglecting to provide it with ambition, I made it vulnerable to the ambitions of others. Queen Atziri and Doriani, Emperor Chittus and Malachi. Others even before them. I created a beast that would free humanity from the tyranny of the gods. Yet all I really did was provide the perfect tool with which humanity could tyrannize itself.
I feel like someone is telling them
Farewell.
to pronounce his name as Chittus when it's clearly wrong. Sorry, it's wrong. I don't care if you wrote the story. That's not how you pronounce that.
Now there's a pair of eyes I could never forget. If the tales are true, those peepers of yours have seen all the wonders of Rayclast by now, and a few things they likely wish they hadn't. Oh, and no need for us to speak of Oriath. My ears are brimful with the sorrows these wretched companions of yours have been spilling. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that Lion Eyes Watch has seen better days. Our once bubbling township has, alas, become a
At least
breathing
it's
quagmire
daytime
of
now instead of
gloom and
nighttime like it was
despair.
last time we were here.
I blame the unrelenting weather.
We were
As
gone
you know,
only
I
for
am
one
both
evening.
a humanitarian and a strong believer in the soul-sustaining power of story. Back when I was still captain of the Merry Gull, many days at sea afforded me time to work on my thespian aspirations. I wrote a theatrical epic, a one-man show entitled Cedric and the Buxom Stranger.
Go
I
on.
sealed the manuscript inside a roll of oiled leather and stashed it in the hold for safekeeping. Perhaps you could salvage it for me from that tidal island upon which my poor ship came to rest. Who knows? Maybe we can bring some joy back to Lion Eyes Watch with a bit of live entertainment.
Sure, but who's the buxom stranger gonna be? Oh my god, they all have things to talk to me about. Alright, here we
there's
go.
a
This is
sorry
the
tale.
next half an hour
More
of the stream.
miserable than any dirge I've ever heard. Nessa's gone.
Oh no.
Wandered off into the night, muttering to herself about dancing to his ditty. No, I didn't go after her. In truth, she was gone when I woke up the next morn. I only imagined she'd be muttering, you see, on account of the murmuring she's been making these past few weeks. Always the same, about him and his song, whoever in damnation he is. Lily Roth, granddaughter of the legendary Rottooth Roth. Oh, apologies if I seem a little giddy. It's not any old day you get to meet marine royalty. I mean, you know how I feel about pirates and all, but the Roths have as much in common with those scurvy sea wrecks as a shark does with a goldfish. Lily has her granddaddy's blood in her veins. It's plain for all to see. Look at the luster in her eyes, the ruddy blush of her skin. That there's a pirate princess, and no mistake. Yes, we live in curious
I have 2
times
essences
indeed.
to use on 35
A
or
time when
below
old
items.
stories are being birthed, muling and puking into our world of dirt and blood. It's all a bit inspiring, really. Hence, I've written a little something. Ancient anecdotes now wake from their beds, looming in our fears, towering above our heads. Age-old lusts and bygone greeds, walking and reeking as humanity bleeds rivers of history.
All right, I'm gonna skip that.
You won't
I don't
find a
need to
sailor
hear
that
your
doesn't whisper
poetry,
quiet
Bestel. I'm
words
sure
to
it's nice, but
blind you before
I'm not really a
casting off.
poetry kind of
In fact,
person.
under the maddening radiance of a full moon, the more superstitious captains would drown some poor slave or failed mutineer just to keep old Tsoagoth happy. No, that wasn't a sneeze. That's the fish god's old Asmerian name. It's considered foul luck to speak it on board a ship. A keel-hauling offence. You'll not find a more renowned pirate as Whalem Rocktooth Roth. In times when Fairgraves
All right,
was still
everybody's
a
talking about this pirate guy. Did we meet this pirate guy? He wasn't that guy that we fought earlier, was it?
Crest.
It wasn't him.
It said he built it himself, lining its hull with the bones of some
What's the name they're
great
saying?
sea beast that slew
Waylon
nothing but a harpoon
Roth?
and a bottle of
No, I
rum.
don't think so.
Never was there a more nimble,
I don't think he was a
more
pirate. I think he was just a
ferocious
sailor.
vessel.
He was like a captain.
Like that
He wasn't a pirate.
Leviathan spirit still lived in
Even though he was an
breathed
asshole.
in its timbers. No one sighted Rocktooth for 20 years or more, but I know where the Black Crest is. The ship graveyard, no less. Seems that Whalem Roth might have had his last meal with Lady Mervale.
Alright, let's go talk to Tarkley. Who's Kurai?
How's business? My apologies, Exile, but I'm waiting for someone. Perhaps you could attend to the...
Oh, okay.
Anytime.
He doesn't want to talk to me.
First we hear that Oriath has lost its bloody mind, and then you turn up. Doesn't take a scholar to work out how these two events might be connected. I don't know what's going on out there, and I probably wouldn't understand it if I saw it with my own 2 eyes. What I do know is this. The world we knew, it's gone. Now we have to do our damnedest to make sure we don't go with it. Nessa. I saw her one night, running
Oh,
out
I have
across
4
the coast,
quests going right
headed
now.
in the direction of the mudflats. Called out to her, but she didn't even turn her head. Maybe she couldn't hear me. Maybe she didn't want to. I don't bloody know. I tried to run after her, but she'd vanished into the darkness before my feet had barely touched the sand. So I tracked her, all the way to the mudflats, and that's when her tracks, they just stopped. No sign of meeting someone or something. No sign of a struggle. It's like one moment she was running and the next, gone. Look, I've heard some things about what you've done. Things that beg a belief. Now you can do this, please. Find Nessa. Bring her back to us.
Bring back to us. Bring back to us.
I wonder how much
Bring
Lily
back-
squeezed out of those refugees from Oriath. Yes, she did risk her life and ship to save them. But I knew the Lily of old. A damn fine smuggler. And that, Lily, never did a good deed that didn't also turn a profit. I had a life before Lion Eye's watch. Not much of one by some people's standards, but it was good enough for me. Lily and I, we'd smuggle a bit of booze to keep our purses full. We were good at it, too. Made us a fine partnership, her quick mind and my steady nerves, right up until the day she left me drunk and trussed on Pennant's Key. By the time the blackguards unwrapped their present, she was halfway to Trathus. That's how I ended up here. Yes, it smarts a bit to look at her, but what right have I to say where the flotsam finally washes up? Never took much stock in the stories Lily told. Didn't sit right, those full moon sacrifices her and her ilk would do out on the open water. But now, in light of everything, I'm obliged to reconsider. If it meant Nessa might be spared the attentions of that wretched Brine King, I'd even be inclined to slit a mutineering throat or two myself. Those shambling nobles out there on the strand, they left Oriath to die a bloody death, rats fleeing a sinking ship. Seems they learned a bit of the hard truth, though. Doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't outrun death when it comes for you. Can't say they've actually noticed, though. They're still the same flesh-eating bastards they've always been. Just a bit more obvious about it now.
Alright.
Stay sharp out
I
there.
seem to have exhausted the, lore. Twilight Strand, which we need to go to. And the coast. You want to go to the Twilight Strand first and do this optional thingy? Yes, no, maybe?
Okay.
Anybody? Alright. Apparently we're on Act 6 now. We're on Part 2. We're the start of Part 2. Well, I'm gonna go out here and wait. My skeletons immediately run off to start killing things. Hold on, let's wait. Let's wait.
Maybe you should tell your skeletons to do that.
My skeletons don't listen to a word I say. They see enemies, they go after enemies. They're really spreading out too. Like they were just like spreading out until they finally disappeared. I don't know what they're doing. You know, I raised these zombies, but I haven't raised these zombies. You know what I mean?
You should
They're not my
probably
children.
raise them better.
You coming, Craig?
Yeah, I'm switching out my main attack skill.
Mm-hmm.
And I made new weapons too.
Lost Oak, did you buy that outfit?
No.
It looks nice. You look like a Nord from Guild Wars 2.
Here.
All right. $35 rogues marker. Respawn. Lore. If God wills it, the final account of First Mate Piken, castaway on the rock somewhere off the Twilight Strand. Near as I can tell, the rest of the crew, along with Captain Caruso, be dead, or worse. I guess he's a pirate. What happened? I'm not using a pirate voice. I had not have believed it myself had I not seen it with my own 2 eyes. At dawn, a light, green and dark, rose from beneath the waves and into the sky, while most of us stood back in awe. I heard a cry rise up from the lower deck. Casting me eyes in that direction, I saw the waves upchuck, and a swarm of ocean crabs cover the vessel. Ravenous and countless numbers, they were making quick work of the sailors about them. Nothing but bones and tatters of cloth. We fled to the longboats as fast as we could, hoping to leave them ungodly crustaceans behind us. But lo, from within the great pillar of light, the green pillar of light, I saw him. The Brine King, like a bloated whale, he breached the familiar waters and turned the ship beneath our feet to matchwood. I was flung into the sea, yet managed to cling to some flotsam and make my way to rest on this damnable rock. Seems that ancient Soagoth has a mind to take dominion of these seas once more. Captain Caruso was right to drown those mutineers in the old king's name. A shame we'd not found more, for now, beneath the waves, I hear the whispers of my own passing and 1,000 clicking pincers. May God have mercy on me, and may someone benefit from this warning. Why is it in a bottle if you were here on the shore? Why don't you just leave it on the rock?
Because the paper would get soggy.
I got rogues markers.
My new attack is at level 1, so it's pathetic.
It's fine. You always got to start somewhere, you know?
Start on your face.
Yes, you could.
When I'm ready, and not before.
This is where we started, isn't it? Down here. Anything cool here now?
You told me to go back to the beginning.
Reese of Avram is a guy. There you go.
How many times can you do that?
Pretty much forever.
That would just make life complicated.
Do I hear the clink of markers in your pockets?
Yes, you do.
Claimed from one
I
of
think.
your victims?
Sure.
Or perhaps the victim of one of your victims?
Maybe.
It is
Who knows?
impossible to know how far back that chain could unwind.
Who
but
even
now
cares?
they belong to you.
Yes, they
and
do.
You seem to be in good health.
Uh-huh.
To the victor, etc. It seems you are the one I
You
have
should say
patiently
etc.
waited for. Yes, you will do
I hope
just
not.
fine. Take a marker in your hand. Speak these words into your mind. The ring binds us all, and to all within I shall do
One
no
ring
harm.
to bind them.
I will see you soon.
Is there a word at Lilyroth?
Do I hear
Okay.
the clink of markers in your pockets? Stay safe.
A wretched sight. So many drowned Oriathans cast into undeath. You freed them from their torment, and I'm sure they'd be grateful. Here, that little something extra I were talking about. Though the sea takes away, it gives back in greater measure.
Okay, sure.
While you be skulking about, I've managed to do a bit of hunting on my own. Got a hole full of baubles and trinkets here, which I managed to, procure. Take a look. You might find something particularly naughty to help you on your life's voyage. You have the look of a wayfarer about you. I've a few bits and bobs in the hold that I managed to salvage from Oriath. Might be you're in the market for a little insurance for the road. The sort of nautical charm or a quaff of tonic be providing. Go on, have a look-see. And if you're thinking to trade, I reckon we can come to a fair arrangement.
Still not great. So what's this robe crap for? You can use it to go somewhere. The side thing, I guess. I've used it. I'm leaving.
Hear you.
This is like a thieves guild kind of thing. Have we joined the thieves guild?
Welcome, Exile, to the Ring.
What do you mean we?
I am Kudai.
America's
While you
abandoned
are
us
here, you will
once
do no
again.
harm to any of its members. You are a guest of the Ring, and the boss has no tolerance for guests who do not obey his rules. What goes around comes around, if you will excuse the aphorism. Take your time and look around. Introduce yourself to the others here. When you are ready, find me. The Ring has a job for you, if you are willing.
Okay.
The Ring operates outside whatever semblance of the law remains out here. But lawlessness does not exclude civility, and does not need to create chaos. If someone is intent on taking what is not theirs, better to have a professional handle it, and avoid unnecessary violence and confusion. The Ring is contracted by those who seek a solution to the misallocation.
It is, as far as I can tell, it is the
We
Thieves
assign
Guild
members based on the
of
needs
this
of the
game.
job,
I feel like
and we take a small
things are bad enough
Everyone
right now
wins, other
that
than the target of our work.
I don't necessarily want to do Thieves Guild things right now. I mean, it's interesting, don't get me wrong, but there's like more important matters going on, you know what I mean? Like there's a big, giant, hungry god around who wants to kill everybody, and we gotta stop him. I think I'd rather do that. I mean, it is asking me to do it though. Maybe I do need to do it. God damn it. All right, fine. Just want to get it off of my thing.